Now, to settle an authorization with an interface or embedded payment solution, we have two options. Now, you can settle an authorization manually through the room key itself. What this will do is record it as a payment on the guest folio, and it will leave the guest in-house with that settled authorization recorded as a payment line item. Now, the other more commonly used option is to settle an authorization automatically at checkout. Let's take a look at settling an authorization manually first. So here in this record, we have a guest reservation with a room charge on file, and we have credit that is already on file as well, with an additional $100 available for incidentals. To manage the authorization, you'll go to the transactions menu and select authorize transactions. And this is where you will see that full authorization for $560. Now, what you'll notice is that when you click settle, if the amount does not match, or if it's different than the folio balance, which in this case is 460, when you click OK, it will actually change the amount to the folio amount instead. So here, when uh, our payment window pops up, it will now show that we're settling just for the outstanding amount, $460. And you'll click post. You'll get your approval message pop up here when that is approved, and you can just exit out of this authorized window. You'll click refresh on this guest folio here, and you'll now see that payment appears on screen. You can right click on the payment line item and select credit card info to view the details of that payment, including the authorization and transaction ID. Now, just to review that authorized transaction, back here in the transactions menu, you'll still see that transaction recorded here, but you'll notice that it is now marked as closed, and you no longer have the ability to settle or void because that authorization has been closed per the settlement. Basically, you've used that authorization amount to now record that $460 payment on the guest folio. Now let's take a look at how to settle an authorization automatically at checkout. This video will show that process using the checkout button. There we go. So we have this guest, James Browning. I can see on his folio he has some outstanding room charges for his stay. We're going to go and click the checkout button or F6 on your keyboard to complete the checkout. Once the checkout window pops up, we'll see the outstanding balance, including and the payment method on file for this guest. You can simply click the checkout button, and this will enable our payment processing window. We can see here that we're going to be settling the full amount, and you can click post. You'll receive your approval message directly here in Room Key. You can click OK, and you'll also receive confirmation that the guest was successfully checked out of that room. You can click OK, and then to review that checked out reservation, I'll just move over to the checked out screen here, select the guest, and click the folio. And if I scroll down to the bottom, this is where I'll see that payment that was processed as part of the checkout. I'll just right click on the payment and select, oh, let me just try that again, select credit card info. And this is where I can now see the authorization number and transaction ID for that payment. Essentially, a settled authorization there.